Hi all, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to learn how we can install Playwright using VS Code extension. So VS Code extension is a Visual Studio Code extension that we can use for installing Playwright. Now, in our previous video, we have installed Playwright using our, from the command prompt using some commands that we have written here. You can see so npm init playwright latest, but in this video we are going to see how we can do it through the extension. Basically it's just a kind of, you can consider it as automation tool, which or automation code automation tool that is actually triggering these things automatically, so that we do not have to do it manually from your terminal. So you get a UI version kind of thing, that is like you get some buttons or something, some easy way to do it, so that you do not have to open your terminal or command prompt. Okay, that's it. So that's as simple as that, I can say. Now let's see it quickly how we can do that. So here I'm going to create one more folder, and let me name it as like playwright install from extension. So let me open the terminal. Now you are saying why you are opening terminal? Because I just want to open the VS Code from terminal, that's why. So I can go cd playwright install from extension, and let me open the VS Code here. Okay, so VS Code is open. Now first thing that you have to do, that is installing uh, Visual Studio Code extension for Playwright. Now where you will get it? You will get it in the extension tab. So if you click on it, you will see uh, first you need to search with Playwright, right? So if you search with Playwright here, you will see the first option, that is Playwright test for VS Code, and that is from Microsoft. So click on it, and you can see for my case it's currently saying like this is installed already, because that is why I'm seeing this uninstall button. So if I just click on uninstall button, it will get uninstalled, and then we have to again install it, right? So I'm not going to do it, and it's very easy. You just have to click on for your case it would be install only. You will see install button, and you have to click on that button so that it gets installed. So once this is installed, next thing that you have to do, that is just go to this Explorer tab, because these things is done because this extension is already enabled or installed. Now you just have to open the command palette, that is for if you're using window, in that case you need to press Control Shift and P. So now I can see this options, that is install Playwright, right? So that is recently used because I have already use this options, right? Now for your case you will not be able to see this install Playwright, so you have to just type like install Playwright, and you will get this thing. Now you have to click on this thing. Now you are getting this boxes, or like check boxes, right? So in which browser it should install, or what browsers you are going to install. I select browsers to install. So this is giving us some options, right? Okay, you can install Chromium, Firefox, WebKit, JavaScript, or you can see like use JavaScript. TypeScript is the default language, so for our case we are going to use TypeScript. That is why we will keep it unchecked, and let it remain the same for all these options that is already checked. If you want to uncheck something like Firefox, you can do it simply. Now click on OK. So I'm going with the default configuration that is given by Playwright extension, and you can see here it's actually running these things behind the scene, right? So kind of it's automation. We just triggered the automation code for installing Playwright, and the same thing that we have done through the command prompt, the same thing it's happening here as well. So you can see this happy hacking thing is there, and everything that is, we already seen this in the previous video. Now you can see here in the left side, like these files are getting auto generated, that should be generated, and let's see if there is any differences. No, it's same. You can see the same thing in the dependency sections, and the version is as well, because this is the latest Playwright version as of now. Okay, now going to the tests tab, here we will get one example.spec.ts. So now the installation part is completed. So the next part is here, running single test, running multiple tests, right? So first let's try to run the single test, that is we have only one test currently. So to run it, you can see there is a icon called, this is just a triangular icon, green triangular icon. So if you click on it, it starts running. Okay, now by default, as you know, like by default, it will not open any browser, so that same thing will happen here as well. So you can see it just completed the execution. And how do you see the whether the execution is done or not? Because in the terminal there is nothing, right? So you just have to come here and expand this thing, so you can see this green option. So if you hover over it, I think there should be some, no, nothing is there, but I think this signal, like this right symbol, is meaning like it's currently passed. So let me do one thing, let me make a mistake or make a problem here. So what we can do, we can, it's expecting these references, so let me use doc, let me put another ace here, and let me run it again. So see, we can run it from here, or we can run it from here as well. So let me run it from here now, run test. So you can see here it's giving this running tests. So you can see now it got stuck here because there is a problem. So what is the problem? Its problem is, it's saying expected string is this one, but received string is this one. So that is why it's failing, and it's giving the complete call log as well. So this test is failed, and you can see there is a cross mark is there, that is why, that means it failed. So I think it's quite good, and we are able to see it. Now let's see how we can open the browser while running the test. So for that, you have a checkbox here, show browser, so that you need to enable it. So just click on it and let me run it once again. Okay, sorry, I didn't update it. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so it again failed, and let me correct it now, and let's run it once again. Okay, so this passed, so there is a green check is there, and that means it passed. And you can see the browser is still open, because here I don't know, this is how this is designed. And there is a options called close all the browsers, so that you need to click on it, so that the browser gets closed for when you are running through in the non-headless mode. Okay, because in headless mode there is no such browser is opening, so you do not have to do anything. Now let's see how we can run multiple tests. So what we can do, we can create another file, or let's do create one other file here. So just let me copy it and paste it here. Now just observe one thing here, don't keep it like this only, because example.spec space copy, right, .ts. So this is not the correct way to name a file here. So if you write keep it like this, now if you try to run this file, you can see there is no even, you are not even getting this triangular icon, right? Because this is not the exact thing, that is this Playwright is expecting. The name should be whatever, like example 2 or whatever name, and then make sure there is a spec.ts thing is there, not spec copy.ts. So when we are renaming it, it should be like example copy.spec.ts, not this one. So we have to rename it now manually. Now if I just see, now you will get this option. See, this triangular button is there now. Okay, now let me rename it with second test, and let me create one other copy here. So I'm creating another second test, and this is third test. Yeah, so if yes, if I see this button, then I think this is correct. Okay, so now we got three tests total, two file and three tests, right? Now let me go to this testing tab, and you will get this explorer. Now here I can see, if I explain this thing, the first file, that is example one, that is having one test. Home page has title and link, and in this case, this example 2 dot spec dot ts, in that it is having, there is two test. Okay, so two test file and two test. Now let me run this all these three tests, okay, through this run all button. There is a run test button. This is, you can see in this here in this test label, so you can click on it, so it will run all the, okay, so all the three tests I think done. So these tests are passing, and yeah, so this is how we can run it now. Also you can run all the tests from here as well, so using this run tests options, but you will get some extra feature like this button drop down. So you can see, in my case, it's saying like default is chromium, so you can change this select default profile. So basically, I think by default you will get all these three selected. Okay, I think I made these changes while, or I don't exactly remember did I change it or not, but I believe I have changed it. But you can update it, okay, by your own. So you just go here. For your case, maybe you will see this all these three already selected. So in that case, you can uncheck it and check the one that you, let's say you want to just execute in chromium, then you can just check it. Okay, so if for your case, maybe it would be like all the three tests should be default selected. So let me click on OK, or may not be, I mean, I just think I have, because maybe I have updated it. Okay, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it should be anything, we can check it. And so for now, I have all these browsers are selected. So now let me run it once again. Let's see whether it runs on three browsers or not. Not sure what happened. Yeah, it's running. So actually it is running sequentially now, not parallelly. Now the WebKit also should be opened. Not sure why it is there like this. Okay, now the WebKit browser is opened. So all the tests are running in three browsers. Okay, and now you need to manually close this browser by clicking on these buttons. It is not finished yet, so that is why this close all browsers is not enabled yet. Let it complete. So it's saying it one failed. Browser has been called. Browser has been closed. And hmm. Okay, so these two tests failed, and I think this is failed in Chromium. Hmm. So test timeout 3000 30,000 milliseconds exceeded while setting up the context. So some problem happens. Browser new context for use. Browser has not been closed. Okay, third page. So probably I think its problem was with see, the problem was with WebKit. So let's do one thing. Let me close this thing. I mean, can close it from here also. And let me go here and let me select the default profile as WebKit only. Just click on OK, and let's run all the tests once again in WebKit only. Okay. So again it is failing. So there should be some issue with this WebKit browser only. Okay, so I think because with Chrome and Firefox it ran perfectly fine. There was no issue. But when in WebKit you can see this this is not actually uh, oh, I mean going to the, it is not launching the actually the URL what we have given, and there must be some problem. So let me close it now. So I will check it and will let you know what is the issue. Okay, so if I get only, but for now I think we you got the idea how we can do it, right? How we can install, I mean let me open this slide. So you can, how we can install Playwright through VS Code extension, how we can run a single test using this triangular icon button, and how you can also run the multiple tests or all the test suite. Okay, all the, whatever test you are developing. Okay, so all those things you can do it, and using this run on button or this button as well. Okay, and finally I think how we can run the test on a specific browser, that also we have seen, like from using these options like select default profile. So whatever browsers you want, you can select or deselect it, and based on your requirement. So if you need 3 browsers, then you can select 3 browsers, but it will not run in parallel mode. Maybe that configuration we need to check whether we can update it. But by default it is like it is running on sequential mode only. And we just have seen one issue with WebKit browser. So let me know if you're also getting that issue with WebKit browser. Maybe this is a genuine issue for that WebKit browser. We can check with Playwright team as well. So that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.